Okay, let's take this Chevy Camaro for a spin. All the warning lights come up the way they should. Fire it up and everything will go out in a minute the way it should. That's it. Airbag lights flashes a bit, but that will go out now. There we go. I've just done 70 kilometres in this. Temperature gauge is sitting just below the halfway mark. Oil pressure gauge has gone straight up to 2/3. Voltmeter's fine. Fuel gauge is fine. In front of us we've got rev counter and speedo, obviously. It's driven absolutely superbly up the motorway. Into D. No unpleasant clunking or groaning. Basically, engine starts on the button. No misfiring or hesitancy or overheating. Gearbox is nice. So it doesn't clunk in and out of gear. It just goes in nicely. The drivetrain is really quiet on this one. Other ones of these we've have had slightly noisy drivetrains, but this one seems to be absolutely spot on. The only thing I can criticise it on is still running on the original type brake discs, which aren't really up to the performance of the car in a lot of ways. A lot of people do tend to fit cross-drilled discs to these. Makes a hell of a difference. No rattles, squeaks, groans or anything like that going over this sort of slightly bumpy road. It's actually relatively civilised and quiet in actual fact, this one. Okay, off we go. But just loads and loads of performance. Obviously you've got 305 bhp under your bonnet, and just storming acceleration, which we'll go for in a moment. Okay, off we go. As you can probably hear, it's getting quite noisy now with the T-roof off, but yeah, storming performance. One thing these do have is actually relatively good fuel economy at motorway speeds. It's only doing at 70 miles an hour. It's doing less than 1500 RPM. So I've driven these for thousands of miles across Europe, and I haven't thought, my God, that's using a lot of fuel. Round town they gulp it a bit, but on a run, not bad at all. This one, say standard spec, basically fully loaded. It's got the lot. Cruise control still working fine. The big stereo, automatic stability control, air conditioning, electric driver's seat, airbag for driver and front passenger. Down here we've got remote mirrors, electric windows, and it's also got remote alarm locking as well. It tracks perfectly straight. The tracking's obviously been redone at some point because the steering wheel is possibly a degree off to the left hand side. But aside from that, really can't fault it. It drives absolutely superbly. It's a credit to its previous owner, and the fact that it's just gone up and down the motorway all day has helped preserve it really. I've driven ones that have done a quarter of the miles of this that have felt a little bit rough. This one's just about running. Anyway, my name is Simon. You can reach me on 0771 906 9353 or in the office on 0118 946 3352 if you've got any issues or queries that you want to discuss with regard to the car. End.